Facebook. All right, we are live. Peace and much love. This is Emily Ra. Welcome to Readings for the People. I beam in on Mondays to share oracle readings with the community, and I'm double timing it again, double teaming it with YouTube and Facebook, um, double fist in it, so to speak, or double exist in it. So if you are not familiar, I do have a YouTube channel. It is Emily Ross 777. If you search that in YouTube, um, and now I'm beaming to two different dimensions at once as I transition, and it's very symbolic because I am transitioning in many ways in life right now. And I'm not going to talk too much about that today, but I am transitioning from a relationship and from my home. And I'm beaming into you from Sweet Sanctuary Space here in Portland. I'm still in Portland, Oregon, and doing my best to take it moment by moment. There's a lot of big waves. So I'm going slow today, and I might be a little slow, but I'm still committed to showing up for this weekly practice with community. And service really does serve us, right? Serve us. So I want to give a big shout out to Janine Alexander, who the Vajrayogini, who um, shared such a powerful poem in one of my recent posts. I was unable to source her, um, and she was able to reach out to me, and I'm really grateful to know that it's her, and I'm grateful for her words today around not being so transactional, but always looking for opportunities to be in service and trusting that support is there for that purposeful work to be done. So, peace. I have one viewer here and I have one viewer here. So, hello. Hi. And thank you for being the listeners and perceivers. And if you'd like a card from me today, I'm probably going to keep it pretty short, maybe like half an hour. So, if you do have a question for the cards this week, feel free to ask in the chat box. I want to make a link to emilyra.com in the YouTube for all of you too. If you want to learn more about Dreamwalker and um, our upcoming Dreamwalker course. Today, I am contemplating the initiate from Dreamwalker as an archetype and working a lot with the Fool card, number 0, as a symbol of the initiate and the initiate before they step through the threshold of initiation and the ordinary world and what our ordinary world looks like and the things that we might need materially to live in the world. And the initiate, I love how in the Fool card, he has this wand that he holds, that he's holding this little pack, like his little backpack, you know. Um, and it also looks like a heart, doesn't it? Like a human heart. Showing both cameras. And the Fool is about to step off this cliff, right? They're like at the edge of the cliff. And they're not even looking. They don't know what's ahead. And this little dog is sort of nipping at their heel, like, hey, man, don't fall off the cliff. And the initiate is stepping into the unknown. And oftentimes, our greatest initiations are those ones where we step into a dangerous unknown, or we think we know. The Fool might think that they have it all together, but if they really knew the twists and turns of the journey ahead, they probably wouldn't have the bravery to take that first step into initiation. So that's a lot of, the what comes up with that archetype for me. But also when we're working with dream work and in Dreamwalker, what we're going to be exploring a lot is synchronicity and being the hero of your tale, being the adventurer, being the the traveler through the realms of dream and awake. And if you are looking to get more in touch with your dreams through that course, then this is about beginning with navigating synchronicities in waking life and seeing the signs and symbols and getting into a conversation of speaking and listening with the synchronicities that appear in your life. It's really fun. And I'm going to do this today. I'm going to go on a synchronicity walk where I'm going to ask a question from my heart, something I want to know about, and then I'm going to ask Creator to show me a sign or a symbol or something that's going to guide my way, and um, and then see what happens. And I got this from Rob Moss's book, Active Dreaming, this exercise, and then in when I taught the Spirit Works course at Lucid University at Lucidity Festival. We did that as an exercise in our class, and we had like 30 different people ask questions and go out into the festival grounds with their question and look for a sign. And they each received one and wrote it down and brought it back. And it was such a powerful medicine teaching of the dreamlike nature of our reality. You know, now there is a discernment between, right, between dreams and reality that's really important, that membrane. But to when we're interested in, and this is what Robert Moss talks about too in his books, is if we're interested in the language of the dream, then the language of synchronicity in waking life is a wink to the same process or the same type of symbolic language that exists in a dream. So, so that's where it begins. And with a beginner's mind, like everything that you preconceive, your preconception, um, so that you can see clearly with an open mind what is possible, that maybe imagining beyond what you can already see what's possible is part of what gives the initiate hope and strength to step through those difficult thresholds. And that can be with things like ending addiction patterns, you know, ending unhealthy relationships, ending patterns. A zero is an ending and a beginning. It's both. And an initiation is a death and a rebirth. You die to your old self and you are reborn in your new understanding of yourself, your new overstanding of yourself. Like birth, right? Where the mother's old form dies as the baby is born, and she is reborn as a mother when the baby is born. And it's an initiation, it's a natural initiation. So yeah, and then I often get questions like, I don't remember my dreams anymore and I want to, but I don't really know how to like court the dream maker to be able to hear those signs and symbols again. And with initiation, the word initiate, it's like to initiate um, something is the first step. And so saying yes and saying I would like to dream. I'd like to remember my dreams. I will remember my dreams is the first step. So thank you for tuning in. And I'm going to pull a card for the community, for those future viewers who are watching. And if you are interested in Dreamwalker and you would like to dive in with us through this weekly council like process, we're going to be meeting every Wednesday night from 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific time on Zoom to work with our dreams. The first part's going to be a contemplation of the archetypes of the initiate, the scribe, the sage, the tracker, the Jedi, the Weaver, the Council, and the Dream Walker. But yeah, also, we're going to be doing group like dream interpretation and dream sharing. So the first hour is our contemplation of the archetype. The second, we're going to call up some dreams and share them in the circle and give community feedback on the dreams to form inspiration and guidance and meaning on a collective and personal level based on the dreams that come up. So it's a really fun process. The Dream Council process is something I've been facilitating for over a decade with over thousands of people now have been able to experience these methods, and and I know in my own life, in my personal life right now, um, that the dream work is profoundly supportive to guide my way through. And I have forgot my dreams a few nights recently, and I've been going through the process of re-remembering, and it's been really, really beautiful process to remind me that the first step is to initiate, just taking the step. Now, if we knew everything that was ahead and how challenging that was going to be, we probably wouldn't want to take the step, honestly. But it's that first spark that guides the way towards evolution. So I'm going to pull another card for the community. Hello to Paul. Hi, Russ. I saw one viewer here on the YouTube channel. Again, you can follow me on YouTube if you search at Emily Raw 777, one word. You'll find my channel. I've been going live here more often on YouTube, which has been really sweet to connect with new people there. And you know, we didn't even do our grounding yet. So I'm actually gonna, I'm still open for questions if you have any questions, but I'm actually gonna go ahead and just do our grounding on the way out. Mhm. So I invite you with your next breath that comes your way, if you'd like to just take a breath and think about your feet. And if you need to adjust your body so that you become more comfortable, then that's great. And with your next breath, still thinking about your feet, maybe just get even more comfy and more aligned than before. I heard it once referred to as the cosmic wiggle, but just like coming into embodiment in our body, letting the breath be a guide to that. You don't have to change it that much. Just start becoming more aware of it, becoming aware of our heart and our breath, becoming just more embodied as we keep thinking about our feet. And if it's a good place to close your eyes, you can do that too. Just breathing. And I recommend swaying if you're in a good place to just sway. It's here to be an opportunity to ground even for a minute. So I just heard in my mind's my clairaudience a song, some lyrics that I wrote um, for this song with the Kin of Merlin. I'm in a hip hop crew called the Kin of Merlin, and there's 13 MCs in the crew, and I'm holding it down for the ladies right now. Um, but we have this song called Elevate, which you can check out, and I directed and edited the music video as well for that called Elevate, but with an A, ELA, and then Vate, Kin of Merlin. And the lyrics that I wrote for that were inspired by elevation as like a mountain where you're at a high elevation and it takes time to adjust to that new level of oxygen and base camp, taking time at base camp to reacclimate to the conditions symbolically. So I'll do my best to remember it and sing it for you. Welcome to base camp, it's Emily Ra. Coming from afar, I'm coming from the stars. Meditating at the temple, chilling in the sky. Acclamation with the heavens has got me so high. You've arrived. Life moves so fast and stones are slipping. It sticks but it won't last, and now we're tripping. Take some time at this elevation. The climb is long till we reach higher sensation. Enjoy the view, get yourself in tune, cause the next chapter will be written soon. And we grew a long way just to get blessed, but before we get stressed, stretch your legs and relax. Take off your heavy pack, man, you earned it. Celebrate the hard work, you deserve it. You heard this. Take a moment to simply enjoy. Props to my MCs, my painters, and my B-boys. Props to Elemental and the Kin of Merlin crew. Props to readings for the people, you know what it do. Eh. Yeah. So, yeah, when I think about the fool on the mountain, and they're just chilling, wearing their sunglasses inside, like they don't have a care in the world. They got an avocado shaker and they're singing. And an initiation is painful, yes, to step into the unknown, but it's also a celebration. I think about like when people graduate high school or something and they step across that threshold, um, how that's an initiation, and it's one of the few that we have left really in mainstream culture is stepping, these graduations with the motorboards, and turning the tassel from one side to the other. And I'm just digging these sunglasses right now. It's just the mood. Um, but yeah, did you know that the motorboard is a symbol of squaring the circle? So um, there's these concepts around circling the square or squaring the circle, right? And the circle being like cyclical thinking, intuition, the square being more analytical thinking and like logic. And like, congratulations, you like squared the circle, like you gained knowledge of the parameters in which these cycles are taking place, where circling the square is more like good job, you like recognize the oneness of all existence and like broke through your own limiting perception. So just depends on what kind of programming, what kind of mind you want to have. So the initiation is a graduation and it is a celebration. And again, it's a death, it's a completion of the old and it's the beginning of a new. And when we're in those transitions times, it's a good time to rest and chill, right? Like if you're at base camp on a mountain and you just climbed and, whew, I got over the pass, like that was hard. It's a good time to sit at base camp and adjust to the oxygen and like drink a tea and make a fire and chill out. So yeah, I think that's the message for the week is about that. I'm here, I'm available. I am tender-hearted going through a breakup. I am extra stressed for looking for a new, um, more secure home base. But I'm grateful for everything that is here and for all the abundance that's here and all the love that's here. And I trust my own thresholds that I'm stepping over, stepping through. Um, Shout out to my girl Savannah. We watched the movie um, The Woman King, and I recommend the movie. It has some like martial arts action violent scenes, and it's based on true events of the King's Guard in um, Africa in the slave trading times. The all female King's Guard people and there's a scene, spoiler alert if you're like not wanting to know about it ahead of time, but there's this scene where when they're initiating the warriors, she um, they have to climb through this like thick thicket of thorns and get across the other side, and it's painful, you know. But when they make it across, they're a warrior, and you can't. When you're in the thorn thicket, you can't really stop, right? But afterward, you can and tend to your wounds. And on the other side, it's a better place because you've gained power, right? Or gained a new identity. So we are all dream walkers inside. Many of us just don't remember. And so, what's cool about the group that we have in Dreamwalker is that there's a lot of experienced dreamers, dream walkers who want to come and just hang out with other people who are really into that. And there are also those who don't have any experience with dreaming and are interested in opening up that world, or they've had experience, but they're interested in how to form a relationship with their dreams that feels meaningful. So there's definitely both. But I just want to give a big shout out to everyone who's been so kind and loving and reached out and all the people who have signed up. It's just means everything to be dedicated to purpose and receive support for that purposeful work and that work in service. And it isn't transactional and it is, um, there are benefits to being in service. Yes. Hi, Lusty Sophie. Hi, Anthony. Hi, Paul. So I was just talking about Dreamwalker, Anthony, because every Wednesday night from 6 to 8, we're going to be meeting on Zooms for Dream Call. We're going to start with, I'm going to share a little bit each week about the archetype of the week. I'm talking about the initiate today as an archetype and the fool. And these are my fool sunglasses because they can't really see maybe clearly what's who knows why the fool wears sunglasses. That's the riddle. But yeah, so I'll be talking about the archetype. Then we're gonna meditate with that archetype, and then open the floor for an hour for group discussion on dream sharing and group interpretation for dream sharing. So that's going to happen each week. And then there's supplementals. You get one-on-one dream mentorship with me via email, so we can talk and just drop in further. You have that support. We have a Facebook chat as well and a Facebook group where we're going to be sharing and meeting the other dream walkers. And that's from March 22nd to May 10th. So I'm just swaying in my cosmic wiggle about it. Super stoked. I'm here writing today for that and preparing and meditating on it. I just released an album, so I've been really focusing on that as well. But definitely, like from now until spring equinox, it's all about Dreamwalker and the dreaming practice, personally and working with others collectively. Um, so, if there isn't anything else, I've been here about 25 minutes. And then committing to 30. So if you have any questions for me for the cards, it's not too late. I just pulled the Sun card. And if there was a card in the tarot that was a yes card, I suppose it would be the Sun. If someone asked me a yes or no question and I pulled the Sun, I would certainly consider that to be a yes. So if you are in the future and you were holding a question in your heart, the answer is yes. All right. Well, that was gentle and wonderful for this week. I hope that these messages meet you in peace and at the right time. You know where to find me, emilyraw.com. I even offer free 15-minute consultations. So if you just want to drop in with me and learn more about my work or drop in about anything, you can book and schedule a time with me there. You can also learn more about Dreamwalker calls on Wednesday nights there as well. And so until we meet again, may this meet you in peace and at the right time and be inspiring for your week. It's an honor to continue to do this work. And until we meet again, there it is. Blessed be.